Got more horrible lighting, and we're back to shaky cam because I don't have a tripod or anything this time before I sit on my dashboard. And it's nighttime, so it is what it is. Hopefully you're not watching this series for the video anyway, because it's going to be sadly disappointing most of the time. So moving on. Here's a thing I want to address. Here's a way to be more awesome. That's what this series is supposed to be about, and I don't know if I've really been addressing that. Here is a problem that I see in Butte. Now, I love Butte, and like I say, there's not much that I don't like about it, but there are a lot of things that people have to say about Butte that I'm not convinced are accurate. Specifically, I hear people say over and over and over again that there's nothing to do in Butte. This town is so boring, there's nothing to do. Now, probably my viewership isn't in that boat. Probably you don't subscribe to that theory, but I hear it all the time, so I'm guessing you do too. So here maybe I can give you some ammunition to deal with that sort of a worldview when you come across it. Because I've come to the point where I'm starting to take offense at this proposition. Now, I don't want to be, combative about it. I don't want to be belligerent. But I do. I take offense at this because I run a website for free. I get nothing out of this. But I run a website, buttehalloween.com, where I list a whole bunch of things to do. And I don't even list everything there is to do in Butte, because I try to, edit it down and make it appropriate to the sort of people that would go to buttehalloween.com. And so I try to just keep it to stuff that might be interesting to you Lublins who watch that sort of thing. But even at that, I list lots of stuff just about every week. It's very rare that I have a week that doesn't have an event going on. Usually it's 3 or 4 events. And like I said, that's paring it down. That's not all of them. I mean, I don't have the spring fling that the Anglicans are doing listed. That's this week. By the time this loads, that'll be long gone. But there's like in the paper today. When is this? I'm recording this. This is Wednesday morning, the last Wednesday in April. There's a Mother's Day bazaar and there's a Mother's Day brunch coming up because, of course, it's Mother's Day. And it's easy to say, well, that's just a busy week because Mother's Day's coming up. Well, next week is busy too. We got Walpurgis coming up, is the event that I'm doing. Hopefully some of you went to that. There's all this stuff coming at us fast and heavy. There's stuff for kids. There's stuff for adults. There's stuff for teens. Every day there's something going on. Every Wednesdays are jam-packed with stuff to do. So here's the thing. I know you know that person who says there's nothing to do. So what I would recommend you do is just come armed. If you know you're going to be encountering people, keep yourself appraised. And it's a good idea to do that anyway. I know about a bunch of events in town that I have no interest in going to. I know about Insane Clown Posse coming to Butte on June 4th. Not my scene, but I know about it. I know people who probably would be interested in seeing an ICP concert. So just, keep abreast of what's going on. If you don't have time to, well, I've done the work for you. Go to buttehalloween.com, click schedule. There's a printable schedule there that I update almost every week. Every now and then I miss a week. But I try to keep that current, and it's got a huge list of things going on. So Gandhi said, I think it was Gandhi, that said, you should be the change that you want to see in the world. So here I'm going to challenge those few of you who actually do listen to me rant on this channel to do that. I want you guys to be more awesome, and the way I want you to do it is I want you to be the change you want to see in Butte. Now, and I want you to challenge others to do the same as well. If you ever meet somebody who says there's nothing to do in Butte, talk to them about the cons. Talk to them about Buttetoberfest, or talk to them about GobCon or the zombie walks, or talk about the summer things to do. Talk about the spring things to do. There's the spring flings, there's the roller derby going on, there are all the different things that the schools have going on in the spring and in the fall. No matter what season it is, no matter what week it is, I guarantee you there's something to do, especially if it's a Wednesday. Wednesdays are jam-packed. I can't keep up with Wednesdays. And if you find somebody who says there are stupid things to do in Butte, but there's not the right things, they're not doing it right. Well, I would remind those people, and again, I don't think they're in my viewership, But just to let you know how to deal with these, if you run into a person who says that the thing I want to do isn't in Butte, tell him to go do it. There wasn't a zombie walk in Butte, and Toby wanted one, so we did one, and now there is. It's an annual event. It's great. It raises money for the food drive. There wasn't a ghost story competition in town, and I wanted one, and so now there is. There's Walpurgisnacht. It's an annual event, and it's doing great too. There's also not a pumpkin carving contest in town, so I'm working on fixing that. And there's not a Halloween parade in town, and I've all but fixed that. I've got the law enforcement on my side. I've got Parks and Rec on my side. Everyone wants to see that happen because that's the kind of thing that people want to see happen. It is not true that there's nothing to do in Butte. That's a damn lie. And if it is true that the one thing you want to do is not in Butte, well, do it. If it's a good idea, if it's good enough to be moaning about, then you're going to find 5 or 6 other people to join in. Do that a few times and eventually it'll become a thing. If it's not a good idea, well, sorry about your luck. It's not my problem that you want to do things that aren't popular.